So, hello everyone, welcome back to the another session. Today I'm going to talk about more on the app variables. So this is kind of a new app variables which is called list source, and why we use to list source and what is list source and what will be the advantage of using list source, right? So list source is something I use to store the result of an entity query in a variable, and you need to use the syntax to list source of entity name. So basically, assume earlier what we had, like you can call a list, you can add a list, and then at the runtime you can write an expression functions. You can say and then get the result data based on the counts, and then you can say if you have a list and you want to get the list name, maybe a particular record based on the where condition or something, you can easily get that. But now into VB expression, like how you can do that, like how can you use the list source of an entity type. So that's what we are going to see that. And I will be creating you like a simple application, and then we'll see how to use the list source and then how we can combine it, right? So let me go through that, and let me say like I have a list kind of entity called customers, and then in this one I have 4 records. And then what happens, I want to do 2 things, like I want to display number of records like 1 2 3 4 5. So I want to display number of records in the, you can say, dashboard page, or you can say I want to give the list of, I want to get the kind of address based on the name, or I want to get the honor based on the name. How can we do that? So let's go and create one by one. So let's go and create one new app. I can say demo list source, and then I can say VB app. And then once I created a VB apps, so I will go and select a page. And here in the queue, not queue, here in the list, I can say entity. And then what I will do, I will go to particular tenant, and in the tenant, what I will say, select my country list, right? Sorry, not country, I can say customer. So I have 5 records. So what I will do, select customer. So now I have a customer entity added in this application. Now what I want to do, I want to create app variables. Let me say, let's say var list source, I can say customers. And then I can go here and I can say list source. The variable type is equal to list source. So once you say list source, then it will tell you what kind of list source it is, what kind of entity you have. So list source of, so I can say customer. And then you can get customer, you can select many more like apps, file choice, dates, and other things. But let me go to the particular entity, I can say customers. And then I created this variables here. So now you can see app variables, list source of customer type. Now what I want to do, I want to get the, let's say I want to get the count of the customer, how many customer is there for particular entity. So what we can do, I can go and add a control. Let's say I want to add a container here. And then in container, I can say I want to get the, I want to display the count, right? So I can say this, and I want to display count of, I can go here and I can say customer. Now I will push this label and I want to display the count, right? So what I will do, I can say variable var list customer source dot data, right? Otherwise you can say total records also, that will also work. Otherwise say data dot count, right? So this will give me the total count. I can set to a string, right? And then this will give me total count of the record. So right by default, it should come to 0 because we don't. Let me go and make it some styling here. Center, and then I can say this count as kind of maybe I can say bold and make it 24 pixel. Okay. So now what will happen? Let me go and run this application. So let it run and we'll see the result. Okay. So right now result is nothing because why it is 0 or blank? Because I can say because we have not initiated the customer list source. So for that one, what you will have to do, you will have to reinitiate that. So what we can do on go on main page and we can say set value. So what I can do here, go create variables and I can say set value, and then set value, what I can say, go particular, you can say list source customer, and then here in the value I can say query builder, and then in query builder I can say customer, and then if you have any condition or anything you can add, otherwise you can say save. So basically it will fetch all the records of the customer and then it will store in this list source. So now what I will do, I will go and preview it because I have just set the value on the page load. So let's go and load now. So it should come 5 records. See, so now we have 5 records here. So basically we are getting the count of the customer at the runtime 5 records. So now if you want to add any filter, like if you go into main page, and then if you want to add any filter, you can add filter also. Like you go to query builder, and in query builder, I can say here where condition, you can write, like maybe you can say, if I go and make into backend something called CTS and TCS. So I can say name equal to, or you can say contents. I can say contents equal to, you can say CS, TCS and CS. So I can say, maybe I can say T. Let's go and say name content T. It should be into double quotes because it's a kind of string. So I say T and then save it. Now if I go and preview, so it should show me the different result now. So let's go and see how many. So now we have 4. And if you go into the result, you can see how many T, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Only Infosys do not have any T. So that's the result coming back to me. So now let's go back and remove the filter. Let's go and remove the filter now. I can say remove filter and save it, and then close it. Now I want to demonstrate one more thing to you. Like suppose I want to get the address of the customer based on the customer name and owner of the customer based on the customer name address. So let's go here, and what I will say, let's go and add a kind of another container, and then I can say customer address, right? Similarly, I can say customer owner. Okay, now what I will do, I will put one more label here to display. Either you can concatenate as well, that's not a problem. So let's go here. So this is label. And what I need to do, I want to get the value. I want to get the address based on the customer name. So what I will do, let me show you something. Basically, I will do fetch. I can say fetch property, fetch of. Then basically I can say fetch of, and then you can say, let me show you. So basically you will have to write this one. So I can say fetch of, you can say variable where list source dot customer dot data, where function is dot, I can say is dot, I can say name, right? I can say the name is this one. So I can say name equals, or you can say contains, whatever, right? You can say dot, you can say count equals, and then first, and then you can say contains, right? So you have contains and also, so I can say equals, and then I can say the TCS, and then I can say dot first dot label, then first dot, I can say what you want to return back. So I can say I want to return the address, right? So this address. So basically what it is doing, it is going into this particular list source of the customers and looping one by one all the records, and it is checking where condition, where this function and this kind of variables is dot name, where it is passing the name equal to TCS. And once you will get this matching, then return me the first, what you want to return, the address, because this could be multiple TCS also. So you can write here first, last, or anything. So right now here, I'm just returning the address as the first record. So I will go and save it. So this will give me the address. Now I want to return the owner here. So what I can do, I can go here and I can change this one address to dot owner. Now what I will do, now let's go and preview this. So I'm just passing as a kind of customer name equal to TCS. Now you can see this customer address is coming Bandra, Mumbai, and customer owner is coming Ramesh Kumar. Let's go and verify. The customer TCS has address Bandra, Mumbai, and the owner is Ramesh Kumar. So what we learned in this exercise, like we have created a list source, and list source is the type of entity where you get the entity records, or you can do a certain operation of that particular entity at the runtime. And this list source, either you can set on the page load, either you can set on the click or select or anywhere, right? And then once you set this list source, then you can play around. So right now, if you see into this demonstration, what I have done, I have just gone to the set value, and then I'm trying to set this list source as a value, and then this is coming as a customers, and all this is kind of auto-generated filters and everything, so you can write. So the best way, what you can do in the set value, what you can do, you can select a query builder, and then in query builder, you can select your particular list and then just save it. So this is much more easier way to do that, rather than going and typing all the expressions into query open expression builders and writing everything. So see, list source of customer, and then assigning this customer, and then coming back here, I have written a kind of count, and in this count, what I have done, I have like wire list customer source dot data dot count, and then this is two string because I have to return a string value. And then you can similarly, if you want to get the value from another condition, like if you want to get a record based on the conditions, where condition or something. So what I have done, I go into this particular list source. What I'm saying, this list source get all the data. So basically from this list source, it will return, it will fetch all the records here, and then it will write where condition function, and then it will try to check the name of the, in this list source, what is the name, TCS, and if this TCS match, whatever numbers match, dot first and return dot first dot address. So it will return me the address. Okay. So this is kind of overall demonstration how to use list source. What is the use of list source? What is the advantage of the list source? Thank you for watching, guys.